Okay, we're here today with Tom Marlowe, General Manager of Key West Boats, and he's going to give us a quick introduction of the latest models from Key West, the 219 FS or 219cc, depending on where you are. Okay, Tom, over to you.
Okay, well, this boat has been out since the first of this year and has been wonderfully successful. I'm always happy to say that, and I'd like to show you some of the reasons why. I usually like to try to start at one end of the boat and work through, so if we'll start at the back and let's talk about some things back there.
Okay.
We may have some of the more unique features of this boat back here. Jack, our esteemed photographer for the day, if you would get a close look at the transom here. I'd like to explain how and why we've done this. Our transom sets back, which brings the engine back, in this case 8 inches, from what would traditionally be the normal location for your engine. By bringing this engine back, we bring back the backrest of the back seat, the bench of the back seat. Everything comes back that 8 inches, which opens up a lot of space in the boat. Actually, we've got 8 inches more floor space because of this transom setup. We've also got one of the strongest transoms in the business. Close up of that transom again, you'll see how the transom overlaps right here. This overlap ties the top deck into the transom, so that for the transom to move from the force of the engine, you've got to move the whole top deck. That just doesn't happen. So we have one of the strongest transom, if not the strongest transom in the business, in addition to adding interior space to the boat, which is always valuable. The boat has the traditional fold-up flush telescope and ladder for us to get in the boat. We can walk around to the other side. I'd like to show you another unique feature on this boat. This area right here would normally be lost space on both boats. We've incorporated an ice chest that will hold about 18 drinks in a bag of ice that's accessible from inside the boat, where the passengers wouldn't have to have someone get off of the cooler to get your drink out. Plus, if you're in the water playing, you can walk up to the back of the boat, wade up to the back, reach in and get a drink without having to get in the boat. It's been very well received. What's not nice about that? That's great. Didn't take up any space in the boat to do that. It's one of those why not things. You got it.
The other thing trim tab rather than just stuck them on, yeah?
Yeah, recessed trim tab. If we know we're going to install trim tabs on the boat every time, it's a standard feature on the boat. What we'll do is mold in a spot on the bottom of the boat for the trim tab to fit flush in there, so that everything is tucked up closer to the back end of the boat.
Yep.
And you'll notice on the other end where the ladder folds down, we have plenty of room between the ladder and the trim tab, so that someone climbing up the boat doesn't have a chance of interacting with the trim tab, possibly stub a toe on that. Yep. That's the purpose of that. We also have easy entry. We also have easy entry because after you climb up and you've got wet feet or whatever, and you want to crawl into the boat, if you've got a doorway that reduces the step over height, makes it easy to get in the boat, that's always a benefit.
Yep.
So we've paid a lot.
And we've got non-skid here, and you've got a little section of non-skid here.
That's right, of course. That's right. Very easy step up and non-skid for your wet feet, so you don't slip off.
Yep.
The landing inside, again,
also
non-skid.
Yep. Makes sense.
If you'd like, we can crawl in the boat now and walk and talk about that.
Yeah, that's a good idea, isn't it? Now, apart from that, as per usual with all new Key West, you've got recessed, cleats. You've even got your recessed little fender holders up here, I noticed as well. So
Right.
an option. All in all, the lines of the boat, of course, come from the 211.
They do. This is a graduation of the 211. Changed a little bit, but still a continuation of what we have here.
And it also incorporates, of course, the stepped hull.
That's right. That's right. Have a stepped hull. And talking about hull for just a minute, we did a lot of work on this hull, and as a result, the 150 horsepower motor, which is a nice entry point engine, gives you the minimum horsepower you need on this size boat. You can put an average family, let's say 5 or 6 people in the boat, and still run in the 40s.
That's pretty good, isn't it?
It is very, very efficient hull.
I think what Mike said, what, with two of you, with the 150, got for like 48 or something like that, without a top?
With the 150, we got 46.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
bad, is
that's
it?
top speed. We had two relatively light people in the boat, so 46 is the maximum speed you should expect with a 150.
Did you run it with the 200?
I have.
And
The 200, the new four-cylinder.
yep.
200 from Yamaha, the lightweight engine. That's a great package on this boat. I really enjoy running it. It's about 2 miles an hour faster than the 150. What it gives you in addition to 2 miles an hour on the top end, though, is the load carrying capacity that folks need when we're pulling skiers or maybe a heavier load than 5 or 6 people.
I imagine your mid-range would be pretty good because you've got the variable valve timing, so it probably picks up a little bit.
Right. That new engine variable valve timing, I think variable valve timing is one of the greatest innovations in four-stroke engines since we put fuel injection on them.
And I think what Mike also said, ran it with a big 250 V6 and really poor on ass.
Yeah, the big 250 V6, that's my kind of engine. I like to rock and roll, and it's a 58, 60 mile an hour boat with that engine on it.
That's not bad for a deep V, is it?
Not bad at all. It's a big, roomy deep V too. That's a lot of speed.
And you would never get that out of a 211 with the same engine, so there's certainly been some whole improvements.
Yeah, absolutely, whole improvements. The 150, the mile per hour increase with the 150 between the 211 and the 219, we got around 6 mile per hour increase over what we routinely would get with that engine. And then with the 250, we've got another 10 or 12 mile per hour increase over what we used to get with the 250.
Wow. Okay. Here we're just walking around the hull to give you an idea of the lines of the boat. As Tom mentioned, this one has been fitted with a hardtop T-top. This is a more expensive option over the standard canvas T-top, but as you can see, it's got a lot of sort of things built into it. You've got built-in speakers and built-in rear lights, etc. This particular boat has been fitted with a Yamaha F200, which seems to be a very popular engine with this particular boat. Here I've got up into the boat just to give you a little bit of a walk around inside so we can see the lines, etc. Just looking forward towards the storage boxes. You've got a couple of handy storage boxes there, as well as a place to put your feet when you're actually sitting up on the seats. These are the premium interior seats. To be honest, if you're thinking of getting the bow cushions and bow backrests, then you might as well get the premium interior, because for not many more dollars you get this nice color coordinated marine grade vinyl with a higher grade, higher density foam, contoured foam in the actual cushions. So it makes actually financial sense if you're going to go for bow cushions and bow backrests and the combing pads up the front to just go for the premium grade interior. And in fact, since Key West released the premium grade interior in this model boat, that has been far and away the most popular option with it. Here we're just looking down the gunnels. You can see the under gunnel rod storage. You can fit very long rods, and also of course you can fit rod extension tubes which go into the inside of the boat, so you can fit very long fly rods in there, 9-10 foot fly rods in there. Rear bench fitted with special hinges so it just doesn't fall down when you lift them up. They'll actually hold in place. You've got a little clip screw to hold it in there. Storage boxes are all lined, as are the lids, and insulated. Moving on, next to that we have the live well. Very large live well, coloured blue, which is supposed to apparently calm the bait, but who knows. And another storage box on the other side. Raw water washdown tap, and once again your under gunnel rod storage, and you can see somebody actually has included an extension tube up the top. Once again, you've got some rod holders behind the seat. Looking back towards the engine, your access ladder. There's that little extra esky on the back, if you like. That's a insulated box there. Just a little extra freebie add-on. I thought we could do it, so we did it. And looking up again at our T-top with the rod holders and electronics box and storage. Okay, we're inside the boat now, so over to you again, Tom. Mr. Goodies.
All right, I'd like to point out that we have a nice bench seat across the full width of the boat, and underneath that full bench seat we have lots of storage. Of course, there's cushions that go in place here. Let's see what fishing today. We don't need the cushions. What do we have? In the center, we have a nice live well. And that live well, of course, forms the bottom of the bench seat. So, like I say, it's serving dual purpose. So we do have a nice live well. It has a light blue interior, which is said to be the more pleasing color for bait fish. It keeps them calm. The storage compartments, we've got liners inside the storage compartments, so anything you put in there is contained inside that compartment. We've used all of the available space. It's open all the way to the back end of the boat with a full liner.
And it's plumbed.
Yep, it is plumbed. Yep. Now notice that lid, it stayed where I put it.
Okay.
It doesn't fall right back down. These are special hinges that we put so that as you're out on the boat and you open it and you let go, it doesn't fall right back down while you're in there trying to get your stuff out and put your stuff in. Yep. There's also a latch on it so that when you close it, it snaps in place so that it doesn't bounce up and down and rattle. It's a nice little feature that we've added in. We mentioned the door on the outside. I'll show you what the door looks like on the inside. It swings open, it scores flush open, so you have that easy entry talked about on the outside. Notice the space we have between the bench seat and the leaning post. This is plenty of space, so you don't have to shuffle around. You've got plenty of knee room down here if you're sitting down, plenty of knee room to sit down comfortably, but the walk space is most important. We've got, I like to say, more space in this boat than most 22 or 23 boats have behind the leaning post.
Plus the bench is handy to the sidecast. If you want to get up here and you're in calm water, you can do the sidecasting fishing.
Good
That's
point,
good.
Simon. Good point.
Nice.
We pay attention to the fishermen in every boat that we build. And there again, we haven't eliminated, even though this boat's family friendly for the fisherman, he can have his day.
A lot of people get head injured about this idea of a step. Oh, I'm an offshore fisherman, I don't need that. Because they traditionally like to stand up with both feet against the sides and fish like this, and they also like to stand up against the back and fish. And I think I said even with the 203, same idea. You know, to me, putting 1 foot knee up here, 1 foot back here, I can lean right over, I can get down with a net, I can get down with a gaff. I can do all of those things because there is a step. I can raise my knee up and have one leg stable behind me and fish far more effectively than I can with 2 knees with a rocking boat doing this type of thing. You know,
I'd like to say they get head injured or brain injured about not being able to fish, and it's obvious they are perfectly capable of fishing, but their wives get brain injured about not having somewhere comfortable to sit down or lay down. So we've taken care of them too.
I just invite people, just don't come in with preconceived ideas about steps. Try it out. You know,
exactly.
I find this is a good solution. It offers so many advantages.
That's right.
Over a square back, which has no advantages really.
Yeah.
You're not going to get any closer to the water. You're not going to get any closer to your fish by having a square back.
That's right.
This, as you say, seating. Now, the other thing I noticed, we've got the optional premium interior on this one. Yeah?
Premium interior. Now that involves a few things, but the main purpose behind the premium interior is to put a better quality of vinyl, a better feel. It's more comfortable. We've got a higher density foam inside the cushion, so as you sit down, it doesn't bottom out as quick.
Yep.
So it's a more comfortable seat, it's a more attractive seat, and as you can see here, we have some innovations.
New style leaning post, yeah?
Right, I was getting regular requests for a dual captain's chair on a leaning post. And what we've done, is try to accommodate those folks with a folding leaning post. Yep. You see, as it folds down, you have the seat, so you can sit up there and drive. And if you want to lean and drive, you fold up, and then you have a nice contoured lean. And demo this.
Yep.
We get in here, we've got
You've got
the footrest.
an angled footrest. Yep.
So we're at a comfortable driving position from here. And for the guy that wants to sit down, take the load off. Got another footrest a little higher.
Yep.
And when you get in place here, that's actually, you know, for
Pretty
a center
good, isn't
console
it?
with a leaning post, that's a pretty comfortable driving position. The passenger can do the same.
That's pretty comfy too.
Leans back, not bad at all.
Yeah, you've got something to grab a hold of quite handily too when you pound it all up. Two people sit across quite comfy. That is good. It's very nice.
So
The right height. You can chuck your telephone or whatever in there, you're not going to lose it.
you know, that is an obvious catch-all where you can check your telephone or whatever. But we happen to measure this so that it fits those Plano tackle trays.
Oh, okay.
So you can put a Plano tray or two and then keep the tackle in there on that fishing day.
That's a
So
good
we
idea.
didn't forget the fishermen. We got him covered too. The console on these boats, typical of consoles we have today, we have lots of flush mount space for flush mount instruments that everyone wants today. This will accommodate up to the 12-inch screens.
Yep. Get a 12-inch there, no problem. I mean, you've got a nice little lip here so you can put stuff up and it's not going to swanny off over the sides like my sunglasses just did. Yeah, it's nice like that. It's visible. You've got switches up top. You can see if anything's been left on. Trim tabs handy by your wheel, which is where you want them. And we've got the new Infinity stereo system here, Bluetooth, everything else. That's great. Now, the other thing that I noticed with this boat is you've got a very, very nice looking hard top with the T-top.
Right, the hard top is an option. The T-top is an option. You can upgrade the T-top to a hard top where we have the fiberglass
Molded in speakers. Yeah, that's very nice. You've got the cargo head. You've got the electronics box, of course. Yeah. And I guess we've got these if you're going to fit outriggers. You've got the place for the slam dunks to go through.
Outrigger base flanges and things too.
Yep. Can you drill holes later if you decide you really have to have them after years of fishing?
Absolutely.
Yep. That's good. That's nice. Okay, shall we move around the pointy end, or should we pull the cushions out and put those in?
Now would be a good time to pull the cushions out. The pointy end is typical as far as fish boxes on each side, insulated compartments.
Pull one open.
And again, we have those special hinges in place to keep that lid from slamming down on you.
Yep, I noticed that.
And we have the catch to keep it from rattling and bouncing. And as I mentioned, those compartments are insulated, so you can put ice and fish in there.
This one comes right around to the under there, so you're going to be able to get some of your long fish in there.
Right, you've got one long box and one short box.
Short box. Okay, we've put the cushions in place, and I think you're going to point out a couple of things here, Tom, about the cushions. There's some clever ideas here.
Yeah, I would like to show that, you know, when you put the cushions in place, of course we just transitioned from the fish version to the family version. It did take us a couple of minutes. Cushions sometimes though have a tendency to get in the way of your access to your storage compartments. So what we've done is attach the cushion to the lid, so that when we open the lid, cushion goes with it. And there again, remember those special hinges we put on there to keep it from falling right back down. It holds it open so we can easily get in and under there. But the cushion being, like I say, attached to the lid, that takes away a lot of aggravation. A normal set of cushions on the boat, not so much in the way when you do that. Pretty well covered all of this. I want to move back to the console. This is the family version of the boat now. And when we go to the console, it's always nice to have enough room in a console that you can put a porta potty. As you can see down inside there, we've got plenty of room for the porta potty.
That's huge. I mean, that is really deep as well.
It honestly is, Simon. This is bigger than
I'm
our
going to show you how big it is.
244.
I'm going to get in here. Step down. Yeah. Okay, I can't quite stand, but then I'm 180 centimeters, 6 feet, so
That converts to 7'8", doesn't it?
Yeah, I wish it did. And you've got a nice curtain that cleans off all the electronics and extra battery trays, etc. in there.
And notice you've got the the storage flap right here on the curtain, so we have waste space. You put a little extra in there. You can throw a towel in there, again, a cell phone, whatever you want to put in. And up underneath the front end, instead of wasting that space, we've got another curtain. You can hold your life jackets in there. And what this does, this configuration, if you buy the boat 6 weeks from now, your wife says, I really wish we had got fresh water, the fresh water tank goes in that space. It can be added retroactive back to any boat after it's built.
Okay. How big's the freshwater tank?
20 gallons.
20 gallons? That's pretty good. That's enough.
15 gallons.
15 gallons?
There's a few liters.
There's a few liters. Times it by 4.
Right, but it can be done after the fact, so it doesn't have to. You don't have to remember to do that.
Right, fair enough.
The front end of the boat.
Yep.
The backrest snap in place. Now you form the bow rider section of the boat.
You got that around the back front, haven't you?
Is that where we're going?
Yeah, probably. No, just push those little knobs.
That's what you're here for.
Just give it a shove and down to the water. That's it. This is what happens. There we go. Oh, that's not coming out.
Alright, yeah, it snaps in place. It doesn't come out. When you get bouncy water, it's bouncing up and down. It doesn't all of a sudden come out and let you fall down.
No, that's not good.
But if you actually get in these seats and sit back and recline, this is, I've read up here, this is nice. One of the more comfortable seats in the boat.
You got your legs fully extended.
Well extended, you've got inches for that one with your full length legs.
Yep. Rather than half.
That's right. And I'm reclining pretty good too.
You're reclining pretty good. You can sit up straight.
Just straight, there's plenty of room.
And once again with these, cushions attached to the lid, so you can still lift up the lid.
That's right.
And put fish in, or take fish out, or put drinks in, or take drinks out, or whatever. And then gently push it back out and close them. And I think I might try that seat as well. That's good. That's the best place in the boat.
That's the nicest place in the boat.
Okay, now before we were rudely cut off by our director, videographer, we were just about to comment on when you're sitting here, and this rail is, your hand just falls comfortably in the rail.
It's comfortable.
And my hand, well, actually no, it's not. I actually have to lean a little bit forward to pull out my beer, but I can move it. You've got to do a little bit of exercise.
Yeah, well, you noticed that to get that beer, you actually had to get up and open the lid underneath you where you have another insulated compartment full of beer.
Yeah, or this one. I can actually just lean back for these ones.
Well, those must be better than
These must be better.
You don't want to work too hard.
When we run out here, we go to here.
We got backup.
I can lean back for those ones. That's really good. That's a big storage compartment too, which is also plumbed, insulated.
Get up there, boat. And here to get it.
Another rude interruption.
Another rude interruption. Now, what were you telling us about filler board?
Now we have a filler board option up here. Now, as it sits, a cooler will fit there. A cooler with a cushion on top does fit. But if you want a filler board, a starboard board that will snap in place so that you can take these cushions off and you can use this as a fishing casting deck to throw a cast net, fly a line or what have you, you've got that option as well. And then that filler board can get another cushion to go on top of it that gives a full sun deck up here again for the ladies.
That's right. Let's get somebody in a bikini up here. Come on.
Yeah,
One thing we didn't show you, we forgot about, here's the anchor locker up the front. Just got a quick clip. You've got anchors are all standard on a Key West boat. The inside of the anchor locker is finished and lined, which is fairly rare. A lot of substandard boats, this is just rough fiberglass. You don't really want that with your rope because it can actually start to fray on rough fiberglass. And it just clips down nicely. And you can stand up there as well, it's way strong enough. Tom mentioned that since the release of the 219 it had been incredibly popular. When we were filming this in May, I think in the 3.5 months since the boat's release, we were up to number 54 in the hulls. We actually only had a window of about 30 minutes to make this video, as soon as it rolled off the production line the dealer was coming down to pick it up, and this is a recording of the dealer coming and picking up how each boat is actually loaded and fitted onto the trailer. You see they've got a large sling, boat's lifted off its dolly where it's gone through production, and then the trailer is driven in underneath and the boat is then gently lowered down on top. Here's actually a good opportunity to see the underneath of the hull, not something you're usually going to be able to see. Even when it's on a trailer it's quite difficult. You're going to be able to see the step that Tom mentioned, the duoplane pole, which involves having a step built into the hull of the boat. You can also see the way the trim tabs are nicely recessed into the bottom of the hull. Here they are, just lowering it gently down in front and rear onto the trailer. As it gets closer, somebody will step in and just guide it down the last bit, but they do this dozens of times every week, so they're pretty good at getting it spot on first time every time. And there it is, sit in place, and the dealer will take it away.